the scary humps. Oh, it's made it through, crossing the line. Welcome back to Turf and Tools. Today we have Honda's battery mower options here to check out. Both of the options in the range being the 466 self-propelled model and the 416 push mower. The main differences between the two is, as I said, this is a self-propelled mower. It's an 18-inch deck, whereas that's a 16-inch deck, and it's a push mower. They've also got different size motors and catches, but apart from that, they're pretty similar. Now I'll run through a few of the specs on both of these mowers, and then I will show you some real-time mowing of it so you can get a realistic indication of how this thing works out in the wild. Now I don't know about you, but I haven't seen many of these things around, so I was very keen to check them out. The first thing I noticed pulling them out of the box was the build quality felt very solid, as you would expect from a Honda, particularly in that price point. Now this self-propelled mower has a 460mm 18-inch bar blade. That is the measurement of the blade. The deck is slightly wider, closer to 500mm, and it will allow you to cut anywhere from 20mm all the way up to 74mm. It has independent rear and front adjusters. That won't be for everyone. A lot of people just like a single adjuster. But when you do have that front adjuster option and your grass can be a little bit longer, it does give you the option to have that sort of higher angle of attack. Both mowers come with these wheels that have thick rubber tread on them, so they're not noisy across the concrete, which is nice. Now you have 3 modes of cutting. Obviously you've got the bag here. We have a 50-litre bag. If you're just looking to mulch, all you have to do is flick this switch. With Honda's Versamo, you can go from bagging to mulching at the flick of that switch, which is a pretty cool feature in my eyes. You don't even have to take the bag off. You are mulching now just from changing that switch. The third option is rear discharge. The rear flap is set back, so you can do a safe rear discharge there, which also is a handy option if the grass is a little bit longer and thicker and you're needing to get it down quickly. Now they're both quite light mowers. This self-propelled model is 27 kilos without the battery, so add a couple of kilos for a battery. You're probably looking somewhere around 30 kilos, battery included, which is quite light for a self-propelled mower. Now how much is this going to set you back? 999 Aussie dollars for the skin only, meaning you need to buy a battery and charger separately. We have 3 battery options, 4, 6 and 9 amp hour batteries. The 9 amp hour coming with a nifty little digital readout of the percentage of battery remaining. The 4 and the 6 amp hour batteries coming with a 3 light gauge. Now I'll put the prices of the batteries up here now. Personally, if I had this larger model, I'd be going with minimum 6 amp hour. As a package, you're going to be looking somewhere around $14.50 for battery, charger and mower. If that's a little bit out of your range, the push mower version is $7.99 skin only. Batteries cost the same obviously, as well as the charger. I would suggest that with a 6 amp hour battery, you'll comfortably get through any sort of small to medium sized lawn. As always, that will depend on what you are cutting. If it's thick and long, obviously the run time is going to go right down. But to be honest with you, if you're waiting for your lawn to get thick and long, you probably shouldn't be buying a battery mower. Now this is a single speed self-propelled mower, a speed which I would probably describe slightly on the slower side. And the only issue with that is some people will find it slightly too slow, some people will find it slightly too fast, but it is totally functionable. The biggest difference with this smaller mower, as I said, it is a push mower, not self-propelled. It doesn't have the Versamo system, so you're looking at either catching or rear discharge on this model. It has a 410mm bar blade, so 16 inches, again deck slightly wider. A 1000 watt mower as opposed to a 1800 watt mower on the larger mower. But apart from that, design very, very similar. Obviously runs on the same 36 volt batteries. And those 36 volt batteries will power any other tool in Honda's 36 volt range. Now, a couple of things I really like about these mowers, the build quality, number one, they feel very solid. I do like that. Even down to the rubber on the wheels, just gives it a lot more premium feel. I love the Versamo system too. The ability to go from mulching to catching at the flick of a switch is a really good option. I also do like a safe rear discharge option, just with the flap being down. Very handy if the grass is a little bit longer. What don't I like? Probably the bale design. Not the most ergonomic feeling while you're mowing. It kind of feels like you're holding a couple of coat hangers against the handlebars. Anyway, it's functionally fine, but let's go and see it work in real time. All right, we've got some Surgrange Zoysia here. It's fresh. This is going to be its first cut, and we're going to be using this Honda HRG battery mower to give it its first trim. We have quite a bit of height in a number of places, particularly out the back. I don't want to be too aggressive on this grass today. Obviously these longer sections though are going to have to be trimmed down. So we can only do what we can do, but let's see how the Honda goes through this Surgrange zoysia. So there we go. Like I said, I didn't want to be too aggressive on this grass. There were a few bits that had grown quite a bit. This was its first cut. It will rebound from here though. The mower was great though, didn't bog down at all. It's definitely a premium priced mower, but that's generally what you expect from a Honda product anyway. I liked it. I would use one. I think the biggest hurdle Honda has at the moment though is its range of battery powered equipment isn't as big as some of the other companies, and it kind of makes sense to invest in a platform where you can have one battery to suit all your tools, and currently Honda just hasn't got a massive range for that. But if you are a Honda fan, you want a Honda battery mower, this thing will definitely get it done. Let me know how you thought it performed, or just your general thoughts on it. See you next time.